Hello, my friends. I guess today would be technically day 14 up here in Proctor. I have received all of the bare root plants, and I have the last of the seeds coming today. So today is kind of the big day. We are going to be really digging in, literally. I got a whole bunch of stuff in here that I'm going to be kind of breaking out through the course of the day. We've got a bunch of live plants here. We have some sumac. We have two different varieties of currants. There's some dogwood in there. We have a bunch of different other live root plants that came in that I'll be kind of showing you guys as I break into that stuff. And then there's a whole pile of seeds underneath there too. So I forget exactly the count of species. I know that the total plant count, not counting the seeds obviously, was somewhere around 56 different plants. So it'll be a fun day. I'm going to do a little bit of work with the drone, take some aerial photography, do some before and after stuff, hauling some dirt around still, just moving some dirt as I'm digging things out of holes and kind of making sure everything's set and ready to go. A little bit of tidying up just to make sure that our flagstone path is good and our crushed bluestone path is good. Maybe ending up doing a little bit of work on some weeds that have come up in the meantime. So I got a weed burner, and I also brought a string trimmer just in case I need that as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy day up here in Proctor. Hopefully we'll get everything kind of banged out today, and we'll be able to kind of get this project buttoned up for the season. So I'll keep you posted as the day progresses, and yeah, thanks for tuning in. Bye. Why, hello there. Rounding out the end of the day here, day 14 in Proctor. Just finished putting down all of the seeds. Earlier today I finished getting all of the bare root plants into the ground. So technically we are done with the planting as of now. I do have a few more things that I need to tidy up in the next day or so. Namely, I have to make sure to connect the aft end of the creek to the swamp, and that's going to take just a little bit of work with a mattock. But I really wanted to try to stay focused on getting stuff planted today, and so let me just show you quickly what we got accomplished. So first of all, in the backyard, this area was a mowed yard. When we first started this project, there was a small garden right in this area, but it was still more to maintain than my client really wanted to take on, and so we were looking to turn it into a busy native plant area. So you can't really quite see the areas where the seed was dropped, but in this space right here we have a bunch of milkweed, and behind that we have some Jerusalem artichoke in the back, so that will be kind of flanking that back corner. And then a little bit of some sweetgrass that's kind of along the edge of the creek. Coming back into here, there is some wild columbine in here to attract hummingbirds. It's deer resistant. It's going to be kind of on this path where the deer like to travel, so we really wanted to try to maintain some plants that were resistant to deer and grazing. We also have bee balm in here, false indigo, wild bergamot. There's a line of wild strawberries along the path there. I can show you these. They're not much to look at right now, but they are actual plants. And so you can kind of see how these are. There's 8 of those. That'll be kind of flanking this path. We also have some wild blue phlox, Joe pie weed in the back there to kind of round out this area. And then we did have one on-site plant that I still needed to move, which is a foxglove beard tongue, and that'll be just kind of used as an anchor there to hold this end in place. As we walk around the corner here, We have New England asters, Canada anemone. There's wild golden glow back in there. We have a black currant right here. There's a red currant right there. We also have meadow blazing star, some common milkweed up in here, a whole line of wild columbine in this space, some wild bergamot, cutleaf coneflower, which is still on order, will go in here. Along this side there's some southern blue flag back there along the top of the berm. We also have another red currant here. There's a red osier dogwood right there. And here is some blue joint grass will be in this space. Along the back here, this is like I mentioned the other day, there's the coreopsis that was here already that we dug up and moved. The lamb's ear, which is right in here. And we have blue vervain in here. And then we have that swamp milkweed that we moved in the other day. And bearded iris that we transplanted. And then we move up into here and we have some false indigo. And that kind of rounds out the front half of the space. And if we cross the little walkway here over on this side, we start out on the left with these alders. There's sensitive fern down there. There's also pickerel rush right there. And we have the sweet gale and yarrow. Actually added a blue-leaved willow in the back here, which will take up and be really nice and fill up in the space really nicely. And there was a red oak that was a volunteer that we had placed back in this space. On the back side of the bench, we start out with some Joe Pye weed in this whole general space. A little bit of wild blue phlox in the front here along this pathway. There's an elderberry there, which will be very nice. Some more of the blue joint grass in the front there, along this lip here. Along the back corner here, we have meadow blazing star in this space. One of our new sumacs that came in. We have prairie goldenrod in this area. Another sumac in here. Here's some cutleaf coneflowers that were here already. So they just got moved in. And this hyssop goes in here. And then we started kind of getting into some more grasses. Before I go into that, I guess there's bee balm on top of this hill. And then this is kind of a soggy wet space here with partial sun, so we went with marsh marigold here because it's kind of wet and there's still just a lot of discharge from the sump and such. So yeah, like I said, bee balm on top of this berm. And then this whole space, there's a few more of the pickerel set rushes there, but this whole end turns into grasses. And so we have Indian grass back here and little blue stem and big blue stem and a few more sumac plants to kind of round things out. So that is everything except for 2 plants that we're still waiting to get in the mail, but they should be here tomorrow, and then we'll be able to complete this job and get everything else that's ordered and planted and in the books. So thanks for following along. It's been a fun project. Get a hold of me if you want to try to do something like this in your space. Thanks a bunch.